Hello everyone, I'm Yuzuki Yukari.
I'm Kazuna Akari.
Now let's get started with the speedrun. To get started, I'd like to say a few things. First, this isn't the fastest record. This speedrun is attempted by a beginner for fun but does the best and enjoys DQ8. We hope you all enjoy and know more DQ8 Japanese version through this speedrun video. Secondly, this video contains speed-up editings. The editing style is quite common in the Japanese speedrun community. So we ask your kind understanding on it. If you don't like the editing, you can watch the unedited version of the video at the link below. Finally, this video focuses more on introducing the story and background of DQ8 than on explaining the speedrun. This is because the original Japanese version contains things like cutscenes that you may not know about. And we really want you to see them.
Now, the introducing is over. Let's begin our adventure!
This mouse-like little guy who appeared with his cute but facing us is Munchie. He usually hides in the protagonist's bag and is deeply involved in the story of DQ8. Moreover, he's a great guy who will be active in some boss battles. Of course, he's also an indispensable presence on the speedrun. This green monster-like man looks strange, but he's actually great and intelligent. His name is Trode, supports the protagonist's adventure from start to finish with his exceptional knowledge. This sturdy-looking man is Yengus. He looks up to the protagonist as a big brother and is a manly, well-experienced nice guy. He is also the protagonist of the DQ series spin-off, Young Yengus and the Mysterious Dungeon. It seems like his body shape has changed quite a bit chunky since his childhood though. Just like in DQ7, 3 slimes appear as the first mandatory battle. As you know, slimes are the weakest monsters, so let's beat them easily. You won. These slimes drop a medicinal herb 100%.
Awesome!
Once the battle is over, there will be an event time for a while. Here comes a beautiful white horse called Medea. This horse was turned into a horse by an evil man named Dulmagus.
That's terrible! We must find and beat Dulmagus, then bring her back to normal!
Of course, but Dulmagus has disappeared, so now begins the journey to find him. By the way, during speedruns, we will advance the story just like in normal play. However, since it's a time attack, your level, equipment, items, and other factors will be kept to a minimum. So unfortunately, Monster Battle Road, Princess of Metal, or Puff Puff Shop don't appear in this speedrun.
Oh, that's a shame! This is the first PS2 title in the DQ series, and compared to previous titles, I've heard that the capacity has increased significantly, and the fun elements have increased. So it's sad that I can't enjoy those elements to the fullest.
Well, this is a speedrun, so it's inevitable that you cut out anything you can to run faster. However, depending on the regulations, Monster Battle Road and recruitable monsters are utilized. Furthermore, there seems to be a regulation that allows you to use a glitch to freely walk around the sky.
Wow! There are so many different speedruns for the same game!
Yes, as far as I know, there's a regulation that prohibits gaining experience points from metal monsters. And a regulation that defeats the ultimate boss and sees the true ending. This means a lot of people are enjoying speedrunning DQ8. Some are seriously, some are for fun like us. Furthermore, even the concept of speedrunning is changing. 10 or 15 years ago, speedrunning was only for hardcore gamers. It was just aiming for the world's fastest record. However, recently, more and more people are enjoying it as a hobby or entertainment, just like sports.
Great! This means anyone can easily enjoy speedrun!
Exactly. Oh, Akari-chan, please be prepared as the operation begins.
Gotcha.
After the conversations are over, you will collect items and see events. In the meantime, I'd like to introduce you to Fairbury here. Fairbury is more of a fortress than a town, with a population of 36 people and surrounded by high stone walls. There are two entrances, the West Gate and the South Gate, but for safety reasons, the South Gate is closed at night. While walking around this town, you see a recently burned down house and realize that the townspeople are afraid of monsters. This gentleman is Calderasha. He was once a famous fortune teller who was said to be able to foretell anything. But his fortune-telling is no longer accurate, and he is now living a life of alcoholism. By the way, about Master Rylas, who Calderasha mentioned in the talk with the bartender. He was Dulmagus's magical teacher and lived in this town. Was and lived mean he perished in a fire the other day. Yes, the burned-down house is Master Rylas's one. The protagonist visits Fairbury, hoping to get information about Dulmagus from Master Rylas. But with the death of Rylas, a lead on Dulmagus is cut off.
Hey, Yukari-san. It seems like there's been some kind of commotion going on.
For sure. Let's go to the square for now.
The townspeople seem to be scared and angry.
Oh, Trode has been mistaken for a monster and is being pelted with stones by them. It seems cruel, but considering their feelings of being frightened of monsters, it may be unavoidable. Trode's anger explodes, and now he knows a lead to Dulmagus is lost. When the party members decided to leave Fairbury, they are spoken to by a girl. Her name is Valentina, Calderasha's only daughter with a reputation for being filial and kind. She has a favor to ask of the protagonists, so she asks them to come to her house. Moved by Valentina's devotion, Trode instructed the protagonist to accept her request. Then, the protagonist and Yengus go to her house. Collect items along the way. This is Valentina's house. While she's sleeping, collect the money and items first. Once that's done, talk to Valentina. Here, Valentina asks you to find and bring her a crystal ball. She says, the crystal ball here now is a fake, and the real one is gone somewhere. For that reason, Calderasha's fortune-telling became completely inaccurate. So she wants the real crystal back for the sake of Calderasha.
Hey, Yukari-san. Calderasha came back and asked me to get out of this house.
It seems Calderasha doesn't want to have anything to do with us. Whatever, let's go report our progress to Trode. Hearing your report, Trode is moved by Valentina's devotion to her father. Then he orders you to cooperate with Valentina. But it's already late at night, so you'll stay at an inn tonight. When you wake up, collect some items at the inn and head to Trode's place. Meeting up with Trode, you'll set off to find the crystal ball. Now, I'd like to fast forward to the first boss battle to obtain the crystal ball. In the meantime, I'll explain what to do before you get there. First, defeat one knight, stand twice in symbol encounter to gain experience points and a gold-making item. Next, return to Fairbury once and purchase medicinal herbs and a boomerang. Next, stay at an inn to recover the stamina. Then, head to the deepest part of the waterfall cave. Additionally, I'll explain why the protagonist is running diagonally. Simply put, it is because running diagonally allows you to move faster than running straight ahead. Seeing is believing, so let's take a look at how the two runnings differ. As you can see, running diagonally is faster, so in DQ8 speedruns, we run diagonally as much as possible. Now, it's time for the first boss battle, but before it, fill up both characters' hit points. Then, equip them and give them medicinal herbs. Then, examine the crystal ball and answer yes to start the boss battle. This is the first boss, Geezer. The first boss battle is about to begin. Are you ready, Akari-chan?
Yes!
Good luck.
I got it.
Defeated Geyser, the protagonist levels up to 6. And he learns a spell, Evac. Evac allows you exit instantly from dungeons, caves, and towers. Yengus also levels up to 6. Then, Geyser drops a seed of strength 100%. This seed is going to be given to the protagonist later. After the battle, an event begins. Please refer to our above for summaries of this event. Now, once the event is over, cast Evac, exit the dungeon. Then, fly to Fairbury using a Chimera wing and deliver the crystal ball to Valentina. Calderasha has been waiting for the protagonist in the house. He looks angry and asks the protagonist to give him the crystal ball, says he's going to throw it away again. Valentina comes and tells him she knows why he threw away the crystal ball. Calderasha threw the ball away because he was afraid of her coming to know her real parents through it. Yes, Calderasha and Valentina are not real father and daughter. Even so, Valentina wants her father to return to being an excellent fortune teller he once was, using the real crystal ball. Calderasha is moved by his daughter's wish and decides to take up the crystal ball once again. Calderasha thanks the protagonist for the crystal ball by telling his fortune. He tells Dulmagus killed Master Rylus and broke through the southern checkpoint. Upon hearing this, the protagonists decided to head south. Now, let's go report to Trode, he's waiting outside. Hearing the report, Trode is shocked, but immediately says let's go south in pursuit of Dulmagus. Then, the party heads to Alexandria.
Hey, Yukari-san, what's Alexandria like?
Well, it has a little history behind it. Alexandria is said to be formed by people who admired the old families who pioneered the area long ago.
Sounds like it's a traditionally classical place. Let's go to Alexandria.
This is Alexandria. As soon as the protagonists arrive, they are attacked by two boys. They are the boys, attack the protagonists as mistaking them for bandits. There is a reason for this attack, but I'll explain that later. Select Escape to end this battle as quickly as possible. After the battle, the boys are scolded by the old woman and told to go to Jessica's house. Jessica is one of the main characters in DQ8. She joins the party soon. Before going to Jessica's house, buy equipment and items at the armor shop. Next, go to Jessica's house and activate an event. By the way, this village has 26 residents. There are no sturdy rock walls like Fairbury here, but it looks safe and has a peaceful atmosphere.
Why is it so peaceful? Not far from here, Fairbury isn't peaceful at all.
I think this village is guarded by strong people.
Oh, that means this village doesn't need any sturdy rock walls.
Yes, that's right. Through the little hole here, have Munchie go to the other side of the wall and explore there. Then, have him bring the protagonist a letter.
Why should he do this?
The event won't start unless the protagonist shows the boys the letter in this room. But the boys are blocking the entrance to this room, so he can't get in. So he has Munchie to fetch the letter on behalf of him. Munchie also helps the protagonists in various other situations. He displays various abilities when he eats cheeses. In this speedrun, he also plays an important role in several boss battles.
He's so cute and talented.
Now, after receiving Jessica's letter from Munchie, go to the boys. Arrived at the place, change equipment, use items, then show them the letter. The letter says, Jessica decided to travel for the purpose of tracking down the person who killed her older brother. One of the boys, Bangers, is surprised when he sees the letter. Then he orders the protagonist to bring Jessica back.
Why do I have to do it?
You know, this is an RPG, so the protagonist, do most things. Hey, let's pull ourselves together and go find Jessica. Now, let's go to the Tower of Alexandra to find her. This is the Tower of Alexandra. The entrance is designed so that only residents of Alexandra can enter. But Bangers shows you how to open the door to help Jessica.
Hey, Yukari-san, how do you know Jessica is here?
She wrote in a letter that she was coming here. She also wrote that would be a dangerous journey, so her letter would be her farewell note.
I don't think this tower is dangerous.
Actually, very dangerous. This place is full of powerful monsters, so proceed with caution.
All right, safety first.
This is the top floor of the tower. As examine the statue of Alexandra here, an event starts. This is Jessica, becomes the third member of the party later. Her hit points are low, but she is the strongest attacker in DQ8.
Yukari-san, in Alexandria, the boys attacked the protagonist. And now she does. Why do they do that?
It is because a man was murdered here, at the Tower of Alexandra. But since the culprit is unknown, they mistake the protagonists for the culprit and attack them.
But I don't think the protagonists look like culprits.
Well, they have weapons, and Yen Gus was a bandit until recently, so I think it's understandable that they're suspected.
That makes sense.
By the way, this cutscene is of the murdered man. His name is Alistair, Jessica's older brother. He was suspicious that the gates of the Tower of Alexandra had been opened, so he launched an investigation. And here, on the top floor of the tower, he encountered Dulmagus. He drew his sword and prepared to fight Dulmagus. However, Dulmagus used a bizarre spell and deprived him of his freedom of movement. Then, Dulmagus slowly got closer to him. And then... impaled him with the magic wand in the hand. And with that one blow, he died. By the way, this cutscene is an image shown by Alistair's soul, which remains faintly in the statue of Alexandra as a fragment of memory. As for Dulmagus, he disappeared somewhere after killing Alistair.
Yukari-san, Alistair seemed to be wearing good equipment and looked strong, but he was defeated with a single blow.
Actually, he was strong and kind. According to a resident of Alexandria, he worked as a bodyguard in the village. So, Dulmagus, able to defeat him with a single blow, must be exceptionally strong. Once Alistair has told Jessica everything, his soul disappears. Then Jessica is deeply saddened and collapses down in tears. On the other hand, Trode seems satisfied with having obtained a clue about Dulmagus. As leaving the tower, Jessica calls out to the protagonist. She says, "I'll apologize later and return to the village, so please leave me alone for now." So now, let's get back to Alexandria. When arrive at the village, stay at an inn. Bangers has already paid the bill, so you can stay for free. When morning comes, go to Jessica's house. When arrived at this location, an event begins. Jessica says she wants to travel in pursuit of Dulmagus, her brother's foe. But her mother, Rosalind, doesn't allow it. Furthermore, Rosalind tells Jessica, if you insist on traveling, you'll be disowned. In the end, Jessica decides to leave home to track down Dulmagus. Then she says goodbye to the boys and her mother and runs away from home. And the protagonists resume their journey in pursuit of Dulmagus.
By the way, Yukari-san, who was that strange man who came out earlier?
He is Lorenzo, Jessica's fiancé. But Jessica completely ignores him. Apparently, he is a son of a minister of a big nation. But he's been disowned by his parents and now crashes at this house. Along with the story progresses, he leaves the house and wanders around the world. And you can see him in various places. To describe him succinctly, he is a typical spoiled brat who has never known hardship.
Sounds he's charmless.
Yeah, actually he's not so bad, just spoiled though. Anyway, let's get to the next destination, Port Prospect. Along the way, hunt a symbol encounter and collect some items. This is Port Prospect, which is said to have been built by Jessica's ancestors. It's small but has a nice atmosphere. Arrived in town, collect items, stay at an inn, and then prepare equipment. Then everything is finished, go to the pier. Here, Jessica is arguing with a crew. She wants to take a liner from here to the southern continent. But the liner is out of service due to a monster in the sea. Jessica protests to the crew, saying that she'll defeat the monster herself, so they should set sail. But the crew refuses it, saying that he can't let Jessica do anything dangerous. The protagonists pop up unexpectedly there, end up fighting the monster as asked by Jessica.
Well, this is quite a sudden situation.
That's right, but the protagonists will also be in trouble if the liner doesn't set sail. So let's help Jessica. By the way, Jessica gets on the liner together but doesn't fight the monster. This is Calamari, the monster blocking the liner.
It's scary and looks very strong.
Yes, but you can beat it. Good luck.
I can do it! I can do it! How about you? I got it.
Now that we have defeated calamari, part 1 is over, to be continued to part 2.
Thank you for watching.